What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Worldshards. If you didn't already know, Worldshards is Lowkick Studio and OpenLoot's brand new life sim sandbox MMORPG, which just launched its early access campaign on February 26th. In our last video, we went over how to get set up to play Worldshards as well as the tutorial, so be sure to check out that video if you haven't already. In this video, we'll go over buying and selling in town, building and customizing your island, and last but not least, crafting. If you end up finding this video helpful, be sure to leave a like and beat that subscribe button to death with your bare hands like you did that deer in the first video. After completing the tutorial, Faro will then direct you to town. You can travel to the town by interacting with the giant blue shining crystal nearby. Upon entering the town, you will come across the vendor merchant Farina. Interact with her to access her inventory. Here, you can sell the items you have looted during your adventures. Right-click on the items in your inventory to move them to Farina's inventory, then click Sell to finalize the transaction. Different items of different types and rarity can be found and looted when adventuring and sold to Farina at varying prices. Keep in mind, however, Farina only has a limited supply of gold, so she'll only be able to buy so much from you. After you've made some quick cheddar off of Farina, head further into town and you will find vendor trader Murphy. Interacting with Murphy will bring up her inventory, which consists mainly of ingredients used for crafting potions such as spices, olive oil, enchanted powder, and more. Each potion requires different ingredients, and some even require a specific size bottle. You will always need a bottle when crafting potions, so be sure to get the right size. Grab what you need from Murphy, flip a 180, and head towards the bigger, fluffier looking cat wearing a green coat. This is Librarian Merlin. The library is where you will find and purchase blueprints and schematics for craftable items. These blueprints can then be taken to the appropriate workshop and used to craft the item detailed in the blueprint, granted you have all required resources to do so. The library is also where you can increase your reputation with Merlandia. Using the gold, silver, and copper you received from selling items to Farina, you can choose to enhance your reputation with Merlandia. The more you enhance your reputation, the higher the cost becomes to enhance further, so watch out. Unlocking new levels of reputation will allow an additional blueprint to become available for purchase. If you don't like the blueprints that are available, you do have the option to replace the blueprint for a price. Once you have sold and purchased all the items you need, feel free to explore more of the town or return to your home island using the giant blue shining crystal up the stairs near Farina. Once you've made it back to your home island, head down the crystal bridge to the smaller empty island. This is where you will build your home, workshops, gardens, and whatever else you can think of. Take a quick look around to get a feel for the space, and when you're ready to start building, press Tab on your keyboard. This will put you into build mode. Taking a look at the top, you will see capacity and comfort. Capacity is responsible for how many objects you can place on your island, while comfort is required to install workshops and still have your island feel like home. Pressing G will place you in destruction mode, which is used for destroying previously placed building objects. Remember though, when you destroy a building object, you don't receive back the materials it costs to build the object. Pressing T will place you in move mode. This mode simply allows you to transfer a building object from one location to another. Pressing Y will place you in upgrade mode. This mode will allow you to upgrade every building object you have placed to its next level. This does require additional resources that you will need to obtain by refining raw materials into refined materials using the masonry, smelter, sawmill, tannery, or loom. Beneath upgrade mode, you will see snapping mode. Turning snapping mode on will allow building pieces to effortlessly snap together for easier placement. Turning snapping mode off will allow you to place the building object more freely. However, you still won't be able to place objects past the building zone barrier. Back in build mode, near the bottom you will see 4 categories of building objects: building, production, storage, and decoration. Each category has its own subcategory containing all building objects. In the building category, you will find 6 subcategories of building objects. In the floor subcategory, you'll need to begin building the foundation for your home. Selecting foundation will place the proposed building object in front of you, highlighted in green. A green highlight will indicate the building object can be placed there, while a red highlight means the building object cannot be placed there or is outside of the building zone barrier. Foundations can be at ground level or be elevated for more raised platforms. Once you have placed your first foundation, you are set to begin building the rest of your foundations for your home. Do this by selecting foundation again and connecting the pieces however you see fit. From there, you can then place walls to create rooms, doors for entry, and windows, support beams, stairs for a second floor, and last but not least, the roof over your head. When building, you will note that some building objects have different sizes and dimensions. Keep this in mind when attempting to snap certain pieces together. Some walls have spaces cut out for windows, some windows are walls themselves, and some windows you may have to place strategically. Some building objects require special conditions for placement. A solid foundation or level floor, a vertical wall, or other objects such as plants in a garden bed. Feel free to play around with all of the building objects, seeing which can snap into place with which and in what way to come up with a unique design that best suits you. Once you have built your first home, it's time to place your workshops. In build mode, select the second category, production. In production, you will find 3 subcategories: crafting, refining, and farming. The most essential items can be crafted directly from the inventory. However, crafting most in-game items requires a crafting station or workshop. These workshops are used to craft equipable and consumable items such as weapons, armor, tools, potions, and food. Workshops are governed not only by levels, but also by tiers. When a workshop is first built, it is set to level 1 and tier 1. In order to unlock more advanced recipes, the workshop must be upgraded to a higher tier or level. When it comes to weapons, armor, and tools, the effectiveness of equipment depends on its level and tier. Higher levels or tiers will increase the damage of weapons and tools, while armor benefits from higher defensive stats as well as increasing the character's mana pool. When crafting an equipable item of a certain level and tier, the crafted item can possess different rarities such as common, uncommon, rare, and epic. The chance to create an item of a higher rarity is entirely random. The rarity of an item determines the number of additional attributes and aspects or advanced effects that it will randomly receive upon a completed craft. Additional attributes and aspects will raise the item's effectiveness and give it unique properties. Recipes for more effective consumables and throwable items become available as the workshop is upgraded to higher levels and tiers. However, unlike equipable items, they do not have rarity variations and randomized attributes. Last but not least, let's take a look at farming. Here, you can place garden beds directly onto the grass wherever you want, staying inside the building zone barrier. During your adventures throughout the Wild Islands, you will loot various seeds used for planting such as carrot seeds, Gerbera daisy seeds, cloudberry seeds, and more. Select these seeds, approach the garden bed, and plant. Once the seeds are planted, they will begin to grow. The time it takes for the plant to completely grow varies depending on which plant is being grown. Once the plant is fully grown, you can harvest the plant and use it for crafting. Lastly, if you find yourself with too many resources in your inventory, definitely pop over to the third category you see in build mode, storage. Simply put, here you can craft storage boxes to house any extra materials you may need to save and use at a later time. For now, I think that about covers it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Until next time, I'll see you in Worldshards.